What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our NBA show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's get paid in full. Start the weekend right. Get that cash. We move on 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's get this back up here. We have Utah Jazz, 16-5, rolling 7-3 on the road at the Charlotte Hornets, 10-12, 5-6 at home. Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Utah is 7.5-point favorites.
Yep.
We don't have many totals up. Let's see if I can get one from FanDuel. See if they'll give us a total here in this Utah game. Little 37-17 third quarter for the Lake show.
Yeah, I see that, bro.
Oof, that changes
14 and 21 in the third quarter. The Lakers are, and 8 and 24 for the Nuggets. So they haven't been shooting well in the second half so far.
But man, for me, when I total is at 219, I want the under. I watch it go up to 220, and I'm like, ooh. Just because, but I mean, you look at what the Lakers have been doing. They've been playing low scoring. Who cares? Who cares if the Nuggets have been playing low scoring? You know who's going to dictate pace?
Right.
The Lake show. And I thought maybe you wake up at for a 220.5 or 221. I'm not going. I'm gonna stop making. And I make that mistake often. I'm like, ooh, look where the line's going. Let's wake up, and it's not going to make that mistake again. Here we go for a total in this Jazz. No, I don't have a total. Can't get us a total right now. But we do know that the Jazz are 7.5-point favorites. Jazz are on the second half of a back-to-back after defeating the Hawks 112-91 in Atlanta tonight. We're shooting at 12:13 a.m. right now. They've now won 13-14. They held the Hawks, who were playing without Trae Young, to 37 points in the first half. Rudy Gobert completely shut down Clint Capella. Held him to 3 for 14 of shooting and 6 points. Jordan Clarkson, who Wham's been all over, another giant game off the bench, 23 points in 25 minutes, led them in scoring. Utah leads the NBA with its average of 16.9 threes per game. Utah's 355 threes through 21 games are the most in league history. And nobody played more than Donovan Mitchell's 32 minutes, so they're not that tired.
Right.
Hornets had their 3-game winning streak snapped in a 118-111 loss at home to the Sixers on Wednesday night. The Hornets were outscored 30-13 in the first quarter, 64-42 in the half, and you'd think that Wham would be able to catch at 7.5, but he gets burnt. Sucked by a half point. They only win by 7. It took him a while to get rolling with P.J. Washington and Terry Rozier out. Washington is out again with the foot injury, but Rozier probable to come back, and good because Lamar went for 22 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, but turned the ball over 6 times. Gordon Hayward had a great game, going for 22 points, 9 assists, and 6 boards, and he's who I'm going to be focusing on. I think Hayward has a big game here. I know that Boston is whom he played for, but I think he holds animosity towards the Utah Jazz. I think he's going to have the ball a lot. I think he's not going to have to worry about LaMelo throwing the ball all over the place because Rozier is going to be back.
Right.
I think if you look at Hayward's stats as well, assists, rebounds, he's doing a ton out there. And I'm going to be moving on Hayward props. That's my plan in this game. Wham, Jazz, Hornets, take it away. Oh, also, partly is the second half of the back-to-back for the Jazz.
Right.
I expect them to be a little tired. I expect them to play a ton of their bench. So, Hayward props for me. Wham, how you want to handle Jazz Hornets?
I think that's the great way to attack this, honestly. The way I'm leaning here is the Hornets, just based off of the back-to-back scenario. Now, this is the best ATS team in the league so far, hitting at 68% in the Utah Jazz at 17-5. I'm sorry, for the straight up, and 15-7 ATS. So they're really good. Number 1 team in the league as well. The Hornets backers aren't thin pockets though. They're hitting at 57%, 12-9-1 to 1 push though. So, and on top of that, we've kind of already mentioned in that breakdown with the Sixers, I kind of already knew that they were the best 3-point percentage team so far, and I honestly didn't think Steph Curry was going to lay 2 eggs back to back within these last 2 games. I mean, he has like 5 points in the last 2 games, ridiculous, and then expect that to happen. But going into this Charlotte team, they are pretty scrappy. I mean, for the 3 point perspective, they're still at the top tier right now. The last 3 games, they're at 45% from the three. That's still that's a 5 point difference within this Jazz team, and this Jazz team is no. You guys know, we already know that these guys been killing on the road. 7 of the last 10 in the first half they covered on the road, so they covered first halves as well. So I would think of taking them early, honestly, because of that stat. But honestly, I don't have any other indication that the Hornets don't come out here. And PJ Washington being out is a great way to attack that stat, bro. Because I mean, we mentioned on the last show is that Caleb Martin, which we've seen get more of those fours, and Gordon Hayward should get some more of that four action as well. So Terry Rozier is back, should help out, and I like Malik Monk getting a lot of those points. I think, man, this is a spot for the Hornets. I don't want to go ahead and jump on it right now, but that Gordon prop though, bro, that one may be really it. Honestly, I think that's the safest way to attack this. He seemed like he's a leader, and you can consistently count on him to get a bucket, a rebound, and he's playing really good defense. I mean, honestly, I honestly forgot because he was been injured his defense because he's been like right up under Karolinko in those Utah years. He's having always some sort of good defenders around him. When he got to Boston, obviously he was injured, so we really didn't get to see that much defense. I think him having good defense gets to a lot of those boards as well. So that prop makes so much sense, bro.
I like it. It's not available yet. I have to wait for it to become available, but it does feel like a point, and then a points, rebounds, and assists feels like a spot where I will have to double up for what it's worth.